Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. Today we are back with our incredible contestants. You know him from iHeartRadio. Up first, actually, though, we have our favorite fashionista. Help me welcome Devyni. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I am great.
Okay.
Good to see you.
It's Monday. I'm ready. Ready for the win.
You look like you are ready for the win for sure. All right, Kelly is here in the place to be from iHeartRadio. Help me welcome one of our favorites.
We back, baby.
Hey, Kelly.
Here. It's good to be back. I kind of forgot it was a Monday, so she mentioned it. I'm like, beginning of the week? But yeah, we here. We here.
We are here, Kelly. We are here. It is a Monday, beginning of the week. It's very much feeling like Monday, too. I just want to throw that out there and add that. Feels like a Monday for sure. All right, guys. Well, as you know, this game is just not about getting the answers correct. You got to know what you're talking about. And more importantly, you got to clock it. So give that big buzzer a hit. That's exactly what you'll be doing anytime you want to clock in and give your answers. Without further ado, let's hop straight into things with our very first question. A Tourette syndrome activist shouted the N-word at who at the BAFTAs?
Mine's lighting up.
Kelly.
That would be Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo.
It indeed was both of them. Now, this was a very wild situation. First off, explain to us what the BAFTAs are.
So the BAFTAs are basically like Britain's version of the Oscars, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody's all together, everybody's dressed up, looking nice, of course, right? It's look at them, looking incredible right there, as you can see.
They look great.
It's the British Academy for Film and TV Arts Awards, and they're up there presenting an award. And you hear someone in the background utter a certain word up there, takes them aback. But kudos to them because they held it together. I don't think I would have had that sort of reaction, but they held it together, and just an unfortunate thing that occurred to them while they were on that stage.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said there, Kelly. Now, what is Tourette syndrome, Devyni?
So it's a neurological disease where the person will have uncontrollable outbursts, whether it be through speech or their bodily function. So the Tourette's can appear different ways. But apparently they also, when they do yell something out, it's usually like a derogatory statement, which is why this was a wild and crazy statement to have at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, because this wasn't the only thing he said. You know, he yelled out a lot of other curse words and derogatory things to people, too. I just don't get why people aren't yelling out, like, I love you, you're the best. We never hear those. It's just always something wild. What did Jamie Foxx have to say about this incident, Kelly?
Jamie Foxx said, well, we all thought, like, you want to say this is Tourette's, okay, cool, I understand. There's certain things that you cannot stop when you have that sort of disorder. But just to have those two brothers on stage and you use that word specifically, I don't care if it was involuntary or not, you you did attribute that word to them. That's racist.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what Jamie Foxx said.
Yeah. Kind of got to agree with you there. I don't understand this in its entirety. Obviously, I'm not a medical provider, a doctor, a therapist of anything of that nature, but it's given racism for sure.
Yes.
And I think my thing is, too, the award show had the opportunity to edit this out, and they chose to leave it in. So that's what makes it even worse, because you edit out Free Palestine, you edit out talking about the Congo, but you did not edit out this derogatory slur towards black people. I'm feeling the type of way about that. I'll just say that. All right, Kelly, 100 points you have on the board. Devyni, you are at 0, but we got more opportunities, girl, for you to get them points up. Let's keep it rolling. Next question. I see you trying to get some points over there, Kelly.
I'm trying to make sure the mojo's right. Trying to make sure we're good.
A Pennsylvania farmer turned down a $15 million offer for his land by who? Devyni.
A data center developer.
It was a data center developer. Now, how old was this farmer and how many acres of land does he own?
So he owns 261 acres. Wild. First of all.
Insane.
Wow. Insane. And he's 86 years old. So he's an old guy, but he is standing on business. He does not want to have his farm or his land, even after he passes, to go to anything but agriculture, which I highly respect.
Yeah. I respect that wholeheartedly, too. And normally farmers, you know, they come from a world of understanding how important their business is, their farm is, and it being passed down and used for certain reasons.
Right.
Why are data centers so harmful, and what are they used for, Kelly?
So they're usually used for the AI services that are out there, right? The chat GPTs, the Grokks of the world and all that. And they just have a whole bunch of ways that they destroy the environment, whether it's like different emissions because you have backup generators, the water consumption they use for the cooling that you need, because that's a lot of heat conductors over there. Want to talk about the amount of energy that is used, air quality, all that together, plus more. It's just a lot that goes into those data centers and the pollution that it gives the earth.
This farmer actually really cares about his land, so much so, Devyni, what has he decided to do instead of getting that 15 mil?
Yeah, instead of that 15 mil, he got 2 million instead to sign over the rights to his farm, his acres, to make sure that it's always used for agriculture even after he leaves this earth. So that's why I said he is standing on business.
Yeah.
He is not going to let anything happen even after he leaves. They did also report that the data center employees will come to the farm and they will not let up.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we're going to take care of this now.
I love it. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
They offered each one of us $60,000 an acre.
And your end of it, that would have come out to more than $15 million.
$15,600,000, roughly.
And what did you say to them?
I said no. I was not interested in destroying.
I love it, man. You stand on business. Not everything can be bought, baby.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly agree. This is the way to go. Sometimes you have to stand on principle and moral, and not everything could be bought, unfortunately, in this day and age. They like to think that it can, but it can't.
Right.
All right, guys, let's keep it rolling. Next question it is, here we go.
Put the good juju back on.
Which two celebrities joined forces for an unscripted TV and film deal? Devyni.
Steph Curry and Halle Berry.
It is Steph Curry and Halle Berry. Halle Berry. We love Halle. She is like a national treasure in the Black community. What are the two teaming up for?
They are teaming up to both of them actually have film. They actually have film companies, and they're teaming up to work together to get out the stories of the underrated, the underaccepted, the stories that we don't normally see on TV and in film. They're teaming up to do that together, which is an awesome cause.
I love that. What do the two have in common that brings them together?
It's the fact that both of them do have their production companies themselves, and they do focus on things of that nature, and they're both pretty successful by themselves. Like Steph Curry and his company, I believe it's Unanimous Media. They came out with an animated film called GOAT.
Yeah,
that one has grossed like
good.
$45 million. And then Halle, her and her business partner have been creating different TV shows and working on movies as well for, as you mentioned, just like underrepresented woman-led conversations, and I think they meet right there at that juncture.
Yeah, I love this for them both. These are probably two names that probably would have been on my 2026 bingo cards and working together. But now that we know that they both have these production companies, and to see them both come together to do women-led films at that, I'm so here for it. Halle is a Black woman. Steph is a Black man. I love to see them dominating in an arena that, Steph doesn't normally operate in.
Right.
Yeah.
So loving this. Look at them. Halle looks good, man. She does not look her age at all.
See, that's what happens.
Like,
when
I don't
you
know
just
what
mind
she's
your
doing.
business,
Right, and drink water.
Drink your water, you do what you do, you be great, and good things happen to your skin, I'm telling you.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well, guys, we are embarking on our very last question in round one. So here we go, last question. Who recalled Biggie helping her buy a car because he couldn't drive? Kelly.
Lil' Kim.
It indeed was Lil' Kim. You are absolutely correct. Now, this is wild to me because as a man, if you couldn't drive, shouldn't this motivate you to want to be able to drive so that you can take your lady out and about and around? But no, you say, hey, no, you get the car?
100%, 100%. I think maybe by that time, Big was just used to being driven around, I guess, because, the word is he tried to drive at one point. got into a crash. A whole bunch of the junior mafia members were in there. They were like, listen, don't ever put me in the driver's seat with Big ever again. So it's very interesting, but also being in New York, it's like used to taking the train, you know, getting the...
Okay, that's fair.
Getting the driver's license is a lot, but it's still no excuse, because for him to be like, looking at Kim, you need to get your license and get a car.
Yeah, like this
you
all
could have done it, Big.
Right.
You could have done it, all right?
I think so too. Where did Kim detail this information, and what kind of car did he buy her?
So she detailed this on one of Nick Cannon's mini podcasts.
Many.
15 million podcasts.
Driving around in a Lambo, is it?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Okay, good idea, Nick. But she talked about it on the podcast, and it was a Lexus LX.
Big Lexus truck.
Yeah, it's a nice little truck.
It was. Listen, she loved her some Big. Let's hear her detail how he got her any and everything she wanted.
He made sure I had everything that I needed. And I was like, okay, I'm fine.
Oh, that's dope. So the Lexus, the 300.
It was a truck. The Lexus 4.5 when they first
Oh,
came
the
out.
Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Oh, those are still fly to this day.
Yeah, remember he was like, in the Lexus 4.5, but if you want some ass.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
like
the
her-
car he was talking about. You okay.
And it's actually when he passed away, I drove my car behind the line.
I love that. That's a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Like, he said it in the song during his funeral. She drove it at the end of the line. Iconic moment wholeheartedly. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of round one of Clock It. What do you know? Both tied with 200 points on the board right now. It is a tie. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I told you I'm feeling like it is very much Monday. But how was your weekend, Devyni?
I had a good weekend. It was very busy. I got to style a few clients, which was very fun.
Yay.
But back at it again on Monday, honey. Still working. It does feel very much like a Monday.
It feels wholeheartedly like a Monday. Kelly, how was the weekend for you? Were you busy? Were you with the fam?
Man,
What was it?
Great blend of work and family. I mentioned, I think on Friday, they had a music festival, Joville Music Festival. That was absolutely beautiful. It was great. And relaxed, rested, and now we back at it, baby. Let's do it.
Yes, we are back at it. It is Monday, the most Mondays of Monday, I have to say. I know I keep saying that, but my goodness, when I woke up today, I was like, I feel like I didn't even have much of a weekend. Like, I blinked and Monday was here again.
That's how I
Felt
go.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta go to these people's jobs.
You know why though? It's because we do way too much, and the time
That is
flies.
true.
And it's like, hopefully we get to that position that we could be like our guy and sell some things off for like $2 million,
Okay.
and we could just chill.
You know, because had that 15 million come my way, I probably, no, I'm just kidding. I would not have.
taking a check?
I wholeheartedly would have stood 10 toes down the way that he did, because I, myself, want to make sure like my nephews and my nieces have clean water. Like the way and the rate that we are going right now with all these data centers, it looks like we might not even have clean water in like 2030.
It's scary.
It's expensive to keep those going too. So I wonder if these companies kind of overthought how much this was going to go, and they might go bankrupt soon. That's my conspiracy theory.
I actually have like some insider information on
Okay,
that.
give it to
you know
us.
how,
Center.
like ChatGPT, everybody uses it, right? And so these data centers are powering that, but they're gonna start rolling out some, like, you know how you get ads on like all of your other platforms, like how we have on Instagram, and they're gonna start rolling out ads. So that the money that they're looking for,
I did
they're
see
gonna
that.
start
From there.
rolling out the ads. So I feel like they may not go broke for a while. They're figuring out ways to keep it going.
I did see that, and that is going to be so annoying because I think I was, sorry to say, but banking on them going bankrupt so that we don't have to deal with this issue anymore. But it looks like they found a very crafty way to integrate things in there. Because I saw someone say, y'all, is it my ChatGPT? But I'm just, who are they talking about in the middle of what I'm asking them? And it was sure enough an ad. So
Child.
That's
I'm
how they get
hoping that we can find a way to, if this is going to stick around, let's find a more feasible way for it to stick around that it's not hurting our environment.
Gotta
So,
find a way.
all right, guys, let's hop straight into round 2 of Clock It. Here we go. First question. Who is worried Ray J could jeopardize her legal career dreams? Kelly.
Kim Kardashian?
It indeed is Kim Kardashian. Now, why is Kim worried about this?
So Kim is worried about this because Ray J has been out here, specifically in a documentary that had to do with Diddy, saying that the Kardashians themselves have to do with some racketeering and some stuff behind the scenes. So obviously, if you're in a position like Kim and you're doing so much in terms of your legal times, you're trying to get your name up there, it's probably not the best conversation to have, or have your name in that sort of conversation, I should say.
Not the type of morale you were going for, huh?
Right.
Now, should Kim be worried about other things jeopardizing her career? Because when I heard this, I was like, girl, that's what you worried about? We got other stuff that you should probably be worried about. Is it just me, or did you feel that way?
No, I felt the exact same way. Honey, there's a list.
A long one.
I feel like this situation might need to be at the bottom of your list. You got some other things to deal with.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I'm like, Kim, girl, like, maybe this can be a part of the list, but I'm just wondering what else is on that list of things that you are worried about. It could be that tape that you released back in the day.
Like 07, I think. Time
yeah, I'm just saying there's some other things you should be worried about other than this. All right, Kelly, 300 points you have on the board. Devyni, you are at 200. We got more questions. Let's keep it moving. Who thinks his relationship with his former team soured after he gave players health advice? Devyni.
Chris Paul?
It indeed was Chris Paul. Let's hear him sit down with Melo and talk about this.
How did it get to that point where it ends so just abruptly?
I still was grasping, you know what I mean, trying to figure out how it got to that. I believe in communication. During training camp, I talked to one of my teammates for a little while, and then as soon as I went in the meal room, somebody came and told me like they didn't want me giving players advice.
Now, I am not a basketball person. Kelly, I'm hoping you can break this down for us a little bit more. How did Chris Paul's relationship with the Clippers end? Because we didn't really get a full statement there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Nah, imagine. Yo, so he was with the Clippers a long time ago, some of his prime years back in like 2012. Left them, went to a whole bunch of other teams, but joined the Clippers again at the beginning of this season in 2025. And he only played like 16 games before a lot of stuff came out about him and his relationship with coaches. That relationship was deteriorating. So then at the trade deadline last month, he gets traded to the Raptors. The Raptors waive him, basically kicking him off the team, and he decided to retire. So we wondered exactly what was going on, because you would think that someone who was with that organization for so long, that they would give him a nice goodbye as opposed to just trading him. And apparently he says some things are going on behind the scenes, perhaps having to do with this conversation.
Now, what information could he have been giving his teammates to not want them to, like, what if I was a person and I had health information that could possibly help you as to why I'm so good at my career, I would want to share it. Why do you think the NBA didn't want him to share this?
So I'm speculating it has to do with something that may go against what the NBA wants their players to be doing. So I know that he is on a vegan diet. So that could be something that he was like sharing that contributed to his health throughout his career. And I'd like to think that maybe they don't want their players, you know, having full vegan diets, that they want them to be having protein because of their high stress on their bodies.
Yeah.
They don't want them in that arena to maybe take on that. But I mean, if that was it, sounds like Chris Paul is like an example of what you should be doing.
Yeah.
To still be so healthy after such a long career.
I agree with this, Kelly. I don't know. I would like to know what it is, because I feel like he was very strategic in not saying what it was.
Yeah.
He kind of just said this was what happened and then go into detail with it.
I think that's exactly it. And I think Devyni hit it on the head there. And I think it's even more than that. You know how it is. A lot of athletes, especially in the NFL, we've seen a lot of this since like COVID, having your own like holistic types of recovery, as opposed to, you know, using the facilities at the NBA or even using the team doctors. And maybe what Chris Paul is saying might curve them away from that. And the NBA is like, no, we need to make sure that they use our doctors and they're using our protocols, things of that nature. I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I would love for him to go deeper in conversation about this. But can I also say, y'all, this is the problem. This is what happens when you have sports people doing podcast jobs, because that was Melo's time to dig into that a little bit more. We want to know, Melo, why you just left us hanging? Like, that's when you need a real journalist there to probe and dig a little deeper. Melo, you ain't do your job there, but I get it. Sports is your thing. I ain't hating. All right, guys, we got more questions. Let's keep it rolling on to the next one. Who became the first female rapper to sell out 2 nights at IKEA Forum? Devyni.
Cardi B.
It was my girl, Cardi B. When did this happen?
It happened over the weekend. She just kicked off her tour, and she's doing numbers. Sold out show after sold out show. And I love that for her.
I do love this for her. Who are some of the people, the special guests she brought out for this sold out show?
They had Blueface out there. Tyler pulled up. Kaylani, who I love, was out there. Glorilla was out there. So you want to talk about just a whole bunch of different artists in different fields coming out the first week. Pretty good.
Yeah, no, she killed this. How many back-to-back sold-out shows has she had, Devyni?
Five already, and we just started, I feel like, last Monday.
Okay,
Yeah.
Girl, you on a roll. I like to see it. I love it.
Now, Kelly, do we think she's going to end up pregnant before this tour?
She bet not, girl. Keep it in your pants. Going through a lot with the baby fathers. Can we just focus on the art and stuff like that? And let's just not go crazy. Just relax.
I agree. Kelly, Cardi, we do not need you getting pregnant right now. You have had a long run of pushing them out back to back to back, but let's enjoy this tour before we get another baby. Babies are a blessing. They come from God, but we're going to pump the brakes right now.
Right.
All right, let's keep it rolling. More questions we have. Here we go with the next one. Which internet sensation plush toy is now available for sale at IKEA? Kelly.
Punch. My man Punch. Little monkey.
Now, who is Punch for the people who may not know? They have to be living under a rock because Punch has been the new internet sensation. Why you don't know about him? I don't know. Let us know.
You must have seen him on social media. He's literally just a little monkey with a orange monkey plush. Now, it's all cute and stuff. That's why it's going super viral, but the story is very depressing.
Yeah.
All right? Because apparently when his mother gave birth to him, she shunned him, put him to the side. People saw that, so they inserted him into a different monkey colony, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Even they curved him. They were not having any of Punch whatsoever, so much to the point where they decided, listen, you need some human handlers to help you grow.
Yeah.
And that's where the little monkey plush comes in, little companion for him, and it's side by side with him, and it's sad obviously because he doesn't have a mother, and that's his kind of support system, which is the little plush.
Now, how did IKEA respond to the videos of Baby Punch?
The president of the Japan, I guess, aspect of IKEA, he kind of capitalized off the moment. We all love Baby Punch. So they have a plush, I guess, in his honor that they're going to be selling, which is cute. That's cool.
Let's take a look at that right now.
IKEA has donated more plush toys to this baby monkey who went viral after being abandoned by his mum. Punch, the 6-month-old macaque from Japan, was filmed clinging onto a plush orangutan for comfort. And IKEA Japan CEO has seen the story and brought along some more replacements. But Punch might not need them for much longer, because according to recent updates from the zoo, he started bonding with another monkey in his troop.
Let's go.
I love Baby Punch. I was getting ready to book a flight and go to Japan if they kept beating on my nephew, okay? They were gonna have to see me. Now, how much is this viral plush doll going for, and where can they get it at, Kelly?
$20. It could be yours on IKEA's website right now.
Yes, so if you want to, I hope they're giving some of the proceeds to his, caretakers too, because I get y'all capitalizing, but hey, let's pump the brakes. All right, guys, we are embarking on our very last question in round 2. So here we go, last question. Who was the first African American to earn a medical degree? Kelly.
James McHugh Smith.
It indeed was James. Now tell us more about him.
So James McHugh Smith is just an incredible individual. Look at him right there. Absolutely abolitionist, doctor, and he's somebody who. It's wild because he got his original study over in Scotland because he was not allowed to do all that over here. So he takes what he learned from over there to this parts where he, collaborates with Frederick Douglass. That goes into the whole abolitionist type situation. We're also talking about him opening pharmacies, schools, all these sorts of things to just push black folk forward. And by the way, those pharmacies and those doctor's offices, he was treating black and white people the way it should be.
Yeah. I love this, man. Black History Month is really opening us up to learning about so many black people, women and men in the United States who did some amazing things. I feel like there's normally the 5 that we always hear about, but this has given us the opportunity to delve into the other people who were also the first and amazing starters of Black excellence when it comes to America. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode. And what do you know? Kelly is today's winner of Clock It.
Let's go.
He is the one leaving here with that Clock It chain.
Okay, that
yes.
music.
Okay, you hear the dramatics. Okay, you know it. Kelly, it looks good on you per usual. All right, Devyni, thank you for joining us, girl. You kill it as always. Kelly taking the crown yet again. To our viewers at home, tomorrow we'll be back for another episode of Clock It. We'll see you then.
Hey, hey.